Grassroots Media, welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TMB, whatever you want to refer to it as show, presented by Starnes Barber. As always, I'm joined here with Lady Huskies head coach James Buchanan and assistant coach EDawg and Huskies head coach Sam Tarlton. Fellas.
I'll shake your hand, Tyler. I got a bone to pick with this guy.
All right.
It's 11:30 and Tennessee's been blown out. I get a text message. This man just rubbing it in.
You didn't just get one, you got four.
I'm curled up in a corner in the fetal position. My wife's having to pat on my back and tell me everything's going to be okay, bringing me Kleenex. I've done got a white flag out, waving it, trying to surrender, and he just wants to pour salt in the wound. If that tells you what kind of host we have. I wonder if that heater's coming through on the volume. Do we need to turn that thing on? EDawg, step over there, see that round button on the wall, turn it to the left.
To the left.
Twist it to the left. Now we can hear. These people can hear me complain about our lovely host.
Oh,
He comes in here
me.
wearing that.
We got
Complain about me.
boat race, coach.
Complain about the Vols.
I ain't complaining about. Hey, Josh Heupel, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Josh.
Good year.
Everybody kiss it for all I care. All we got to do is look back a few years, and we couldn't even imagine nor dream of being in a 12-team college football playoff. That's what I've got to say about that.
Here's what I seen, Coach. What, 1997, was it Orange Bowl?
We got
You
blasted.
know the score?
Probably 42-17.
42-17. We'll have next year.
National champs.
All right. That's what we're holding on to. I don't know.
I think last year you all said that you got a Tulane transfer, and the last time you got a Tulane transfer or something, you won the championship.
That's
too.
why he
We
needs
can
to
make
go
up
back.
something
He
every
needs-
year.
He needs to go back there.
EDawg.
Brazil.
You know who the quarterback for Tennessee was in 1997 Orange Bowl against Nebraska?
Hey, Manny.
You got it. Man's last game as a volunteer, he gets blasted. And nobody expected much that next year. Till T. Martin stepped on the field. Hey,
I'd like to find a number 4.
if we had a number 4 on our team, that guy's good. We couldn't cover him.
Smith.
He was everywhere. We need a number 4. But, you know what? I can remember vividly having this thought. It was one of those years Jeremy Pruitt was our coach. And there was a lot of hype, you know. And I can't stand that where they play the orange and white game and everybody comes out of that talking about how great we're going to be. I don't even listen to that. So there was a lot of hype around the program. I guess we had a lot of McDonald's bags floating around with cash in them or whatever we were doing. And we were getting all excited. This was going to be the year. And Georgia State beat us in our season opener. And I can remember later on that year playing Alabama, and they were whipping us so bad. I just sat there and watched it and thought to myself, will we ever? I mean, this is such a huge gap. Will we ever close it at all? And the man shows up in year 1 and we're competitive. Year 2, we've done beat Alabama. Year 4, we've beat them again. Now, we ain't beat Georgia yet. There's some stuff the man would, I'm sure, like to do. Get to an SEC championship game, advance in the college football playoff. Nobody wants that worse than him, I'll promise you that. But, just over the past 4 years, that all I got to say is thank you.
Yeah. Same here.
What are you looking at me for?
Hey, you
Toss.
about let that be a game.
Huh?
You about let that be a game.
Still won by 14.
Oh, no. Win's a win.
Win
How would you like to be favored by 14 and both your first round playoff games?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
when you're that good of a team.
Is that what it was?
I mean, Tennessee was
I'm not
projected
sure.
to stay within 7.5, and
I'm
that
not
might have been the
sure.
freest money of all time.
Let's play basketball. Let's do that. You wanna play
January
basketball?
11th, yeah.
Who
January
does
11th.
that?
Texas and Tennessee.
Okay, let's
At the
play
movie Center in
basketball.
Austin. All right.
Let's play basketball.
Okay.
Let's talk basketball.
Let's talk the football first. Let's talk about the whole playoffs. What did we think of the first round of the 12-team playoff?
Disappointing. All right. I need to shut up. I've dominated this whole segment just because I'm mad. I think if nothing else, maybe it has shown this committee this is a flop. This is a failure. this
In what
is
sense?
a complete mistake. Where I'm not upset that Tennessee got destroyed by a better team. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me are that there are teams way worse than Ohio State, and perhaps about the same or worse than Tennessee, and they were off this weekend. They didn't even play.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, it's just a mess.
I think going forward, you don't need a bye if you win your conference championship.
We think 1 through 16.
I always
Play.
thought 8 was a good number. 16's too many because I think it proved this week that you had 4 teams that shouldn't have been involved in the playoff scenario in the first place.
Probably.
What was the closest game this whole week? 10
But,
points,
hey-
and the 10-point game was a 24-point game with 3 minutes left.
On the road's tough, though.
On the road is tough. I think maybe we put it down to 8 and then make it all neutral.
Yeah.
But I think it showed that 4 teams didn't belong in the playoffs this week. And also, how funny is it? Not rubbing salt in the wound anymore, but everybody says Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Alabama needs to be in it. And the SEC team took the worst beating.
Yeah.
Well, I asked somebody, I had a friend over watching it, and I said, "You think this is any different in Neyland?" He said, "Well, yeah, of course." And I would think it would have to be somewhat different.
It's not
but
25 points.
at the end of the day, the better team won. They just had, it seemed to me like they had faster players, better players. I don't know. We had injuries.
Yeah.
I think that factored in. But if that game's in Neyland, it's got to be different. So here's another thing that irritates me. That first round game being a home game for somebody. Can you really look at those 2 resumes and tell me that they were deserving of the home game over us?
Ohio State.
Can you really look at that and say, yeah, they deserve to play this one at home, Tennessee don't? Because, I mean, the quality win that we had against Alabama, who's their quality win? Penn State?
Penn State at Penn State.
All right, look at your crappy loss. Arkansas, Michigan, toss up there probably. Both teams about 500 or a little
Michigan
over.
better team. Arkansas was on the road. So
Yeah.
you can make the argument both ways. Michigan was the better team, but they lost at home. Tennessee lost to Arkansas on the road. Sometimes you can benefit from losing on the road because it's on the road.
I think they were about even.
You can't cry about that before the game because it sends a message to your team that I don't think we can go up there and win. So I've got to cry and beg and plead and campaign for us to get this at home. But now that you're looking back on it, I don't think you can sit down and logically explain to me why they should have hosted. It was an 8-9, so that's supposed to be the 2 closest ones.
I guess the beauty of us playing, I know it's one game, but even like all those games that were blowouts, it don't mean if they didn't play this weekend they'd be blowout. It's just we got boat raced. A lot of stuff happened there early that hurts. What if we get that sack, 3 and out the first series, and then we get the ball and go down and score 7-0? You see what I'm saying?
Maybe a tad different.
Yeah, I don't know that it ain't tad. I mean, all right, you get that, then you're the SEC Player of the Year offensively. He runs the ball, what, twice?
I get that. The one
I mean, they were better
nitpick
team.
I had, where did the Tennessee defense go?
Okay. You want
Because
me to
a
explain
lot
that?
of people talk to me that the Tennessee defense was the best in the country.
Okay, well,
And-
I can help you with that.
And I was wondering just what happened that game because
Peely.
I don't watch Tennessee a lot. Only time I ever watch it
Tell
is
him,
if
Zach.
I'm
That's
a
what
fan.
that's what
Sam
Saban-
explained it to me.
started scaring me so bad when Nick Saban started talking. He said he thinks we were one of the top 2 defenses before or while Peely was out there. He said the numbers and everything changed when he went out. He said we were very multiple in what we could do. We were stunting a lot on the defensive line, doing all this other stuff. He said when he went out, I guess Florida game, about midway through the season,
Okay.
he said, they just got very basic. They had to go to their base defense. Just the stuff that they could do, he cut it in half. And if you'll look at the numbers, we weren't near as good against the run when he went out. The points per game went up 3 or 4. It didn't show much against the bad teams, but against the good teams, he said it really showed.
I think that Florida game was when the wheels started to fall off the bus,
Yeah.
one by one.
Mm-hmm.
because you started to see the offensive production go way down too.
Texas don't even play their best quarterback. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to throw stuff at you now.
I might agree with you.
Well,
Quinn has the experience, but
can we talk about basketball? This is a basketball show. I'm tired
oh
of this.
my!
I'm about to
we
rip
come in
my
here we
bracket
talk
up.
about football.
I just think it's hard to. I don't know. Like, I mean, Georgia boat race you guys. Does that mean that they would do it again and again and again? It was close the second time. You see what I'm saying?
Close second time, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's week to week. I don't think you can tell off.
I'll tell you who ticks me off.
I think the one difference in that though is Tennessee didn't turn over 4 times on their own side of the field. Georgia scored 23 points. No, 20 points and gained 89 yards.
I see what you're saying, but I don't think. And Nico said this after the game. That's not. I mean,
do you think
that was about the worst that Tennessee could play? I think.
Do you think the fans had anything to do with how bad Ohio State put it on Tennessee?
I just don't think that.
What, the fact that we went up there?
I think the fact that it was a Tennessee takeover, that they wanted to take over the Buckeye Walk or whatever they call it, and game day, I think that ticked Ohio State off to the point like, okay, they think they can come in here and they think that we're lousy and we're going to boycott our coach.
The worst thing that could have happened.
I think they took that personal.
The worst
because
thing,
they came out firing away.
The worst thing that could have happened is Michigan. You didn't play the other night. We did not play the team that beat.
True.
That's not the same. They've been one of the best teams in the country that entire year.
Ohio State?
Yeah.
All right, I couldn't understand why they were so mad. You lost to Michigan for the 4th year in a row. Is that really that shameful? I mean, they were bad this year, supposedly. But the past 3 years, they've been really good. They won the whole thing last year. So,
I mean, I think
know
a little
you
bit,
hate,
yeah.
You hate your rival and you want to beat him, but really, we're going to threaten a man's job over this? Jim Harbaugh was the same way. He couldn't beat Ohio State, and then he finally flipped it. So I thought, are these people that spoiled? Are they that? But when I saw them play us, and you see how good they are and how much money they spent on that roster, yeah, it's a crying dang shame they lost to Michigan.
Saban thinks that's the best. He thinks that's the best team.
There's no way they should have lost to Michigan, and maybe that's enough to get all them people upset. But I mean, he looked confident over there on Saturday. They had no problems. I don't know. That quarterback looked like he was all world. I kept hearing about how he was hit or miss. He hit.
I seriously think that Tennessee fans really dug into Ohio State and ticked them off.
But you know what? If you can't support them and like them when they lose, you shouldn't be allowed to support them and like them when they win. That should be some kind of rule. I'll stand with them, even when it's all burning down.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No.
We got to get some receivers who can get some separation, I think.
There was one play they showed from the back angle where Nico's running around for his life and Thornton's wide open. Well, it's hard to see, and it's also hard to throw when you're running backwards. So that was just one play in particular. They showed other plays from his viewpoint. There's nothing.
I thought he played hard. He took a beating.
He did. I want to ask that question too. I know we keep continuing on the topic of Tennessee football. Do you all, as Tennessee fans, still believe the hype in Nico?
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
I'll take him over anybody. I don't care who it is. Arch Manning, Ewers. I'll take him over anybody. He got the man got his helmet busted. You ever seen that before?
Yep.
Whack, big crack, kept playing.
I was like, because what Coach said.
Yeah.
I think I'll take him. I'll go any day. I don't think the weapons that he has in like Texas.
Give him number 4. Give him 4. What's his name? He's going to be famous. He already is. Smith?
Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah. Give him 4. See how good Nico is. He'd make me look good.
I believe that. Give him that offensive line or Texas's.
You don't want it right now.
Well, we've had a battle all
down
year.
3 starters.
Hey,
I looked it up. Nico had 9 touchdowns in the SEC this year.
Just keep talking, Tyler.
Right.
I hope we live long enough to see this play out. Nico. I'm calling it right now.
There we go. I like it.
Heisman Trophy. Number 1 draft pick.
All right.
Not
Heard it
this
here
year.
first.
I wanted to see Tennessee and Texas play this year.
Well,
Tennessee just couldn't make it.
Golly. We got
Texas
to move
made
on
it to the
something
SEC
else. We got
championship.
to move on something else, Coach.
Could have made it to the semis. Just couldn't make it.
I don't even know. I'll cheer for Texas, I guess.
It's
I
all
don't
right.
know anybody else
Neither
to
of
cheer
us.
for.
Neither of us can beat Georgia, so
Georgia ain't going to win it. I got them winning that thing.
I got them winning it too. So.
let me tell you,
Yes.
Ohio State's winning this.
I think they might. I think they blow out Oregon next week. Handily. Blow out by 14.
I can see that.
For
happening.
Oregon, that's a blowout. All right, this
well,
is a
it's
basketball
Christmas
show.
time.
Okay, do this or talk basketball. The second?
City sidewalks.
I think we
busy
saved that.
sidewalks.
Last.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Such a
Make 'em
merry
wait.
time of year.
Okay.
Even though they can fast forward through it,
Alright.
but they don't know where it's going to be at. It's a basketball show, though. You had a lot of games.
That was a mad start. To
I'll tell you
the
who
show.
ticks me off.
There we go.
All right, here we go.
People like Paul Feinbaum. These people that I don't understand how you make money just from week to week pointing out how people have failed at their job. I can't stand that.
People like that. Skip Bayless. That's how he did it for.
You just
30
make
years.
terrible.
money. You make money. People pay you so that you can nitpick on every little thing that is going wrong with everybody else in the
That's
world.
all it is anymore nowadays.
can't
ESPN's the same
stand
way.
it.
I can't stand ESPN either.
Can't stand.
Have you seen this? Is
What have they done? What have you done? You ever stood in the arena?
Man in the arena.
Feinbaum?
Man in the arena.
Any of them?
He was at the SEC championship.
Doing what?
No, he
Talking.
means like.
No, I mean, what have you done that qualifies you to?
Who is that? Like Teddy Roosevelt or something? What is
Yeah. Look that up.
that? You know what
Tyler.
he's talking about, Tyler?
Mm-mm.
Man in the arena.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you need to look that up.
It's easy for people to stand on the outside and criticize the man that's in there doing it. But until you've been in that, and Sam will tell you, you can feel it. You can feel it when the talking's going on, when the criticism is starting to bubble up. You don't have to hear it. You don't have to see it. You can feel it. And that's a feeling that I don't know.
And
Not many people
It's
experience.
usually about people that couldn't even line up and like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stephen A. Smith. I'm not like a huge fan, but I don't like hate him. Sometimes he's entertaining. Depends on the topic. So I mean, I don't want to be on here and doing the same thing that they do. But these guys will criticize people. Don't you dare talk about. I mean, you cannot bring up LeBron in the same sentence as Jordan, according to Stephen A. Well, who qualifies him to make that comment? Just because he watched them both play? He goes out there and does some kind of free throw contest with Kenny Smith. Y'all see that? Kenny Smith shot left-handed, went 0 for 5. And Stephen A. went 3 out of 5 from the foul line. So I guess he won. If you call that a win. 3 out of 5 from the free throw line. But then Shaq said, I'll give you $25,000 toward your charity if you beat me in a three-point contest. So they back up and they're shooting NBA threes. And the first 4 or 5 shots that both of them shot, air balls. You got a man can't hit the rim from the three-point line, talking about how NBA teams shoot too many threes now. So that part bothered me. EDawg twist that thing all the way to the left.
He said, Jet, Kenny Smith. Did you hear the Jeff Teague thing about Kenny Smith? We were talking about that last week.
About
All
Kenny?
right. There was said they're in a timeout and he's
When he's on the Celtics?
yeah, he's on
That's hilarious.
He's on the
He's with Evan Turner.
He's on the Celtics and they say they use
KW for
Initials.
Kemba Walker, JB for Jalen Brown,
Okay,
JT, JET, and Evan Turner's like,
he got on.
who's Jet?
He got on.
And Jeff Teague's like, so I go here on the play. He's like, no, you're Jet. And he's like, who's JT? And he's like, that's Jason Tatum. He's like 13 years older than Tatum. and he can't get his initials.
I ain't seen that.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
He said everybody's called me JT my whole career, and he's on there writing on the board, and he said, I'm thinking I have the ball.
I go here, and he's like, no, you're Jet.
You're Jet. He said,
So the rest
Jet.
of his time on the Celtics, they called him Jet. That was funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Because, you think
he does
JT
the
came in the league, 2012, and Tatum was like 2018? And he played 1 year in Teague. I think played 3 years in college. He's like 10 years older.
He said Kimba lost. He called me that the rest of the time I was there.
I've run my mouth so much. I just looked. It's 9:30. I got practice at 10.
Okay.
We got to talk basketball. We got to get the
Good
exchange
thing
here.
is, you've only got one game to talk about.
That's
so you
true.
can fly right through it.
I
You
can
got one
fly.
win against West Greene last Tuesday. Pretty sizable win, too, by a score of 57-31. A little bit of a slow first quarter, really fast second quarter. I think you would outscore them by 19 points in that quarter. You never looked back from after that, and I think you won the third and fourth quarters pretty handedly. So what adjustments did you make after that first quarter to come out with the win?
We started pressing, and we like to press with Josie on the top. She's really good at it. She just has good instincts. Of course, she's long, and seems like she gets a deflection, at least a deflection, every other trip. So, but with her coming off the bench, with our starters, we're not as good at it. And my fear is if we start the game pressing, some teams, and if you've noticed this, I mean, I think it's a real thing. If you have a certain type of pressure that you show the other team, you may get them 2 or 3 times before maybe they've called a timeout, before they've made some adjustment. Then they make the adjustment, get people in the right places, or get kids looking at the right things, and then they're breaking your pressure some. Well, it's almost like when we do it, we want to be at our best when we do it. So we do it when she's on the floor. So, I've got an idea as to how we can move forward and still maybe put pressure on people. Maybe it's a different type. And then when she comes in, go to something with her on the top of it because of her length. So, but the good thing about it is we've learned how to pressure people without necessarily giving up anything. That used to be the catch-22. I mean, I was always over there struggling with that decision because it seemed like, and Sam's heard me complain about this for years, it seems like that when we press, we either turn the other team over or we give up a layup. There was no in-between. And I've begged them for years to be the type of team that can turn people over. But if they do break your pressure, you're not giving up a transition 3 or you're not giving up a backside layup. And this group has gotten pretty good at that. So it gives me a little more confidence that we can do that and not give up cheap buckets. And that's what happened toward the end of the first quarter, and then the whole second quarter. We were just able to apply pressure, and that got our offense going. I don't think you want to play West Greene in just a half-court game. I don't think you want that to be a 30 by 50 game. You want that to be a 84 by 50 game. So, that's kind of what changed or turned it. But I was really pleased with us defensively. 11 in the first quarter was higher than what we wanted, but a lot of that's because we couldn't stay out of foul trouble and we put them on the line. I think a lot of their points in that first quarter, out of those 11, I think were free throws. I believe they only made like 2 or 3 shots. So once we kind of got the foul trouble dialed down, I think Mercy and Ella were both in foul trouble in the first half. But we overcame that. But it's not like that we've got the mystery solved and that's going to be, a easy win when we play the return game here because they had foul trouble as well. The Shipley girl spent large portions of the game on the bench because she had 3 or 4 fouls. So you keep her on the floor the whole game and that could have been a whole lot different. So anyway, that's my take on that. But Lauren had a great game. I think she
shot well out of that
shot
zone.
it well. She even hit a corner 3 that banked in.
Yeah, it was over on
Right in front of our
front of
bench.
your bench. Yeah, because I'm on the stage and I looked over.
She got this.
I looked
look on
over
her
at
face.
Colt. I said, "Just bank that."
Yep, bank
Yeah,
it.
that's
Because you
where
can't
it
tell
starts.
from behind the stage.
When
really.
it's going good.
Coach teaches that sometimes.
The Adam Sandler shot.
No, I teach that actually.
That's EDawg's department.
Especially.
But anyway, she played well, and Hannah got off to a slow start, but then really, I think she solidified herself down there in the post and got some good baskets there on the interior. Stepped out and hit a 3 for us. So, and everybody contributed. We had Katie McDevitt out there playing major minutes early because we were in foul trouble, and that's good for her because a lot of our JV games have been getting canceled, and she needs some floor time. So Cadence and Mercy, I thought, and Ella all did some good things, especially defensively. So we were happy with the win, a good way to close out the first semester for us.
You closed out the first semester with 4 games.
Yeah.
Took 2 losses against West Greene and opened up the Big H with a loss to Cott County, but you finished the semester with 2 wins over Phelps out of Kentucky, Hancock County, then Phelps out of Kentucky. So had back-to-back losses, adjusted things, ended up with back-to-back wins to end the first half of the season. Take me through that 4-game stretch that you played.
Well, I'll talk about the first 3 as a group. Those first 3, I guess, at West Greene, and then we got Cott County, and then Hancock. You turn the film on, and we're just not doing what we're trying to do, and it starts with our energy and effort, our toughness, our rebound. I always use that quote to them. It's Nick Saban quote. It takes what it takes. If you want to be good, you don't have a whole lot of choices. Okay, you got to do X, Y, Z, and then you give yourself a chance to win. If you don't do X, Y, Z, if you're not like the most talented team, really, if you're anybody against a good team, you're not going to win. So when we popped on that film, we're just not doing it. West Greene, I'll use that word I just used for the Tennessee. They boat raced us. They whipped us. Didn't follow anything on the scout. And that goes back to we got kids that haven't been really in those big time end of the year wars, out there playing where it ain't their fault yet. It's got to figure that kind of stuff out because if you're gonna beat good teams in important games, we got to follow that stuff. We can't give their best player 3-4 wide open threes in the first quarter. Just rotating off stuff we're not supposed to be. Just little things like that that we really got to work on. Rebounding was a big key with them. I think they got the first 4 offensive rebounds. We just didn't even give ourselves a chance. And then we shot in the 20%. Anyway, they played good. Take nothing away from them. I think they got a really good team. But we didn't execute what we were trying to do worth anything. And then we didn't make any shots. Like, you scored 36. Was it 36?
Who won the Big H?
36, yeah.
Barbecue.
Cott County.
Was it Cott County? I knew it was them in Cherokee.
Who all? Now, wasn't there there were local teams in it
North
besides
Greene,
you?
South Greene, West Greene, all were in it.
But like I said, we scored 36. You scored 36. You're not going to beat anybody. And then the first game there at the Big H against Cott County, the eventual champion. They're a good team too, but we just didn't show up. I think it was 12-2. We're out there sleepwalking. I think we give up 38, something like that, in the first half, 37-38, and we're down 9. Somehow we should have been down 15. I look up with 4 minutes to go. It was 45-45, and we played about as bad as we can play. And then they went on a 14-0 run. So, and I'm putting on the film. They're coming over. One thing I didn't like about that game, we started the little Loserville mentality where we was going to start complaining and making excuses about everything we were doing. Oh, I didn't do that, coach. I don't know. I popped on the film the next day, and we figured out, maybe we were doing those things. We got a bad habit right now of, the other team's in the bonus 3 minutes into every quarter because we just smack. But if you ask them, they've never fouled. None of them committed any fouls the whole year. And I want to be like, well, boys, if we're fouling out of every game and the other team's in the bonus the first 2 minutes of every quarter, maybe we must be smacking. And then we pop on film and figure out we are. And then they come over there again during the game. They're like, I'm not. We just showed you are. What do you mean you're not? Anyway, just went off on a tangent there, but we just didn't play hard enough and execute the things we were trying to do enough to give ourselves a chance to win. So we came in here, watched some film on it, and we knew we had to fix it. We won the Hancock game, but none of it got fixed. To be honest, they were missing 3 out of their best 4 players. So we were able to get by with it because, you know, when a team or a single A school, they can't miss 3 out of their best 4 players and be good, just like we could. So, but I was proud of them that last day against the Phelps, Kentucky team, who was just as good as anybody we played in that whole.
That's what I was told.
They're
very good team.
Good team, and like the effort that we got against South Greene, how we played up there at South Greene.
Yeah.
Very similar. Played one of our best games the whole year. Rebounded the ball great. Played great defense. Our toughness was good. And then at the end of the day, we had guys making some shots. Lance had 28. Lawson had 17.
That helps.
Yeah. Tyler had 8. And Thomas had 9. I mean, like I said, I told you, we're trying to find the consistency. If 2 or 3 of them guys can put the ball in the hole and we do the things we're trying to do defensively and rebound the ball, we're going to have a chance. And if we don't, we're not. It's kind of pretty black and white, but what's that quote I just said? Takes what it takes. So.
Did you enjoy 10 and 4?
10 and 4. Oh, yeah.
That's not a bad spot.
No, we are, we're kind of, not ecstatic, but I feel really good about where we are. Better start than last year.
10 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach, 10 and 1, 10 and 4. I'll take
2 10-win teams going into Christmas break.
Yep.
I mean, how happy are you to have 10 wins going into Christmas break, both of you?
I mean, that was kind of a goal of ours. I mean, we always want to win double digits by Christmas.
Okay.
We hadn't done that in a year or two. And like I said, at the end of the day, it don't matter. Because, I mean, you can win 10 games at Christmas and get put out the first round, and what have you really done? Nothing. But, I mean, you got to play the games here early. That's the only games you got to play. You got to play them, try to win them. And I feel like we've learned a lot about ourselves. We've been thrown some adversity, and I think the kids have handled it about as well as they can handle it. We're still learning and growing, and we'll try to be the best version of ourselves in February.
Ditto.
Okay.
Let's take a break and then open all these gifts. I'm starting to get excited.
All right. Go
I'm
ahead.
like a kid on Christmas Eve that goes to bed with sugar plums dancing in their head.
Wow.
Good quote. But anyways, we'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll go ahead and open the gifts, preview the Ladies Classic, and see what's next for North Greene basketball right after this break here on Grassroots Media.
My name is Robert Starnes. I'm a lifelong resident of North Greene County, where I currently reside here with my wife and 3 children. I was a barber in Greenville for the last 6 years, but I have recently changed locations to my new shop in Baileyton. It's at 285 Mortis Hollow Lane, Afton. I'm also a proud supporter of North Greene Athletics. Come see me for all of your men and boys grooming needs. Go Huskies!
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts? The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TMB, whatever you want to refer to it as show, presented by Starnes Barber, where we cover everything on the court. Call 3. With the North Greene Lady Huskies and Huskies basketball team. As always, joined here with head coach of both the Lady Huskies and Huskies teams, James
Thanks,
and
Tyler.
Sam Tarlton.
Thanks.
Oh,
Wow.
That's nice.
16-ounce glass gift set. You know what looked good in that? A glass of milk.
Diet Pepsi.
No, glass of milk with cookies.
Oh, that
that,
is
Tyler.
nice.
Absolutely.
Tyler, you're a stud.
Thank you.
For now.
You're a big.
I almost took yours back.
That's all. I thought you did. You told me the other
I
night.
changed
that
my
you did.
mind.
So you went and bought it
my mind.
again?
I went and rebought it.
That's a real good gift right there, buddy.
Look at that.
Good.
Now, the gifts that I give to you guys are from me and EDawg on behalf of the girls' coaching staff.
Right.
That's from Sam, right? To me. To EDawg.
There we go.
Did you wrap these?
Wrapping this
Sam
morning.
didn't write. He didn't wrap
I
these.
don't-
Got up and wrapped them this morning.
No way.
Got up and
I'm
wrapped them.
gonna bet
I had them all in
job.
one bag.
No.
I got in trouble.
You had them all in one bag. Well, my wife also, she packed all these for you guys.
If you hear.
What we got?
Look at
There we go. Look at that. Real UT right there. Oh, that's a nice one too.
Look at there.
Dang.
Big dog got. And a VT.
There we go.
That's nice.
Haven't worn Virginia Tech in so long. That is nice.
Hey, don't throw his paper away.
Oh,
I need to, here, I gotta put this in Susie's gift. There we go. All right. Well, guys, you're not gonna believe this.
Oh, we get the same thing. Me and Coach are like, hey, we're on the same.
Here's what bred this thought. Sam lost his keys over here, and they stayed gone for about, he never did find them. So we got him some new keys, and I've got him something there that's gonna help him keep up with it.
All right. Hey,
Look at that.
There you go.
There we go.
And I wasn't,
Did we all get the same ones?
no, I didn't bring
Looky
myself
here.
to buy that. Look at that.
Woo.
Red Bulls.
That's a great gift, Coach.
EDawg. I don't even know if you drink Red Bull. Do you drink Red Bull?
They're fine. You need this back?
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
put that in here.
An ETSU laner
Look
too.
at there.
we
He's
go.
gonna have
There we
lanyards everywhere.
go.
And it got me like, oh my gosh.
Did you get 2 Tennessees?
We got Cokes.
That's awesome.
You got him a Duke one. No, I've got one.
Got me some Coke.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
those. Okay, so everybody gets a lanyard this year.
Yep.
I got you a Duke one because I couldn't bring myself to buy that other thing.
That's all right. He did anyway.
I got you gloves last year,
Dang.
Texas gloves.
We come out of there good. Look at that.
Well, thanks everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Tyler, I hate you.
It's all right.
I'm just kidding. You're a
ETSU.
good dude, Tyler.
You still got to deal with it
There's
for a little
nothing
while.
wrong.
I'm
There's
gonna have to
nothing
do
wrong with
technical
liking a
foul.
team that I don't like. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Except
Same
for the
with you
fact
guys.
that you were born and raised in the great state of Tennessee and betrayed us.
I don't mean you got to like the team.
It
does.
No, it don't.
Geography does not determine.
You're right. It's
Being
America. It's a
equal.
free country.
Well, it's like the Lakers.
Yeah, we don't have a pro team though. Don't even say Memphis.
No, I
they
was going to
started
say
off in
technically we
Vancouver.
do, but
Oh, I looked at
when you're in
the-
East Tennessee, this isn't anything against Memphis. Do you really even remember Memphis as part of the state? It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
far away, though.
They beat Peyton Manning one year at Memphis.
How
Football?
Yeah.
how Lakers
Tigers?
do, Coach?
Yeah,
Ain't kept
wow.
up with it. So we all right?
Who?
Lakers.
Oh, we're on the streak. We beat. Hey, listen to this. How much
They're
time?
about
I
that
got?
play
I got
tomorrow,
10
though.
minutes. We got to preview the ladies' classic.
Oh yeah.
But the
Hey, you
Lakers,
take the rest of the interview off. You ain't got nothing.
they've won 2
Enjoy
straight,
this Bull here.
both over Sacramento, and they got Detroit tonight, which is winnable, even though they've already dropped one to them this year. So they're right there in the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Yeah.
mess. But they've said that like for the last 2 years that they're going to be active by the trade deadline, and it never has come to fruition. Well, now this year you got heads that are going to roll
You hearing
if they
them?
don't do something. So I'm hearing all kinds of stuff like Utah supposedly values these draft picks so much that if LA will give like Hood Schifino and D'Angelo Russell, and the reason Russell is appealing this year when he wasn't last year is he's in the final year of his deal. So you put up with him for the rest of the year and then he's off your books. Frees you up some money. You get a young player, Hood Schifino, and you get some draft picks, and you don't really have to take that much. So, Utah, Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler. I'm hearing that that's going to be a real deal. All LA has to do is present that, and they would jump on it. But this is the one that got me excited. And it's just started here like in the last day or two.
We need somebody like that Sexton, man. He plays hard.
Get ready for this. If they can pull this off, this will carry us through not only the last of LeBron's career, this will push us through another 5 or 6 beyond. I'm hearing that Sacramento is a flop, that they can't figure it out for whatever reason. They had a great run 2 years ago.
This is coach's favorite player.
Followed it up with a bust last year. This year's not going well. LA's now beat them twice in a row. I'm hearing De'Aaron Fox.
Coach loves De'Aaron.
I love De'Aaron Fox. Just love the way he plays.
Hey, if he goes to the Lakers, I'm getting him a jersey. First
like
thing.
Fox.
Just make sure it ain't a mistake and you get a Rick Fox jersey. I don't want Rick Fox. De'Aaron Fox.
Got it.
But I think they'll do something. And maybe that'll be a shot in the arm and it'll be enough to maybe get them through the first round. I don't know. Sometimes you watch them play and you think, they're pretty good. They beat anybody. And then you watch them play some other times. You're like,
Fox,
they don't even look like they want to be
Sexton,
there.
and Kessler, I'd be shot in the arm.
Have you seen
Oh,
that?
they ain't going to do all that. It's going to be either Fox or I don't think they'll do all that.
Wouldn't Sexton the one that was like on the free throw line?
Yep.
And Penny was coaching, and Penny's son was playing, and he was like yelling at Penny, telling him his son sucks.
Well, the funny part about that is that
He's from
same
Alabama.
game.
Didn't he go to Alabama?
Yeah, but this is high school.
Yeah.
In high school, there's a funny clip too. There's a player that's at the free throw line, and his team is shooting, so Sexton is in the middle, I guess Sexton's team's shooting, so he's in the middle, and the player closest to the free throw line is staring at him. Just staring at him for some reason.
Staring at Sexton?
Yeah, well, Sexton sees it, and he's standing up, and he goes, and just stares right back at him for some reason, and the kid just looks away. I don't know why he was staring at him. I don't know if he was in shock, like, wow, I'm playing Colin Sexton, but he got tired of it, and he just stared him right in the eyes from like 6 inches away. He was like, now, what are you looking at?
Did he play? Was there 3 guys or 4 guys in that? They all fouled out.
That Minnesota game?
And he was on.
It was 3-on-5 to finish the game.
And he
was one of them and took over. He had like 25 in the second half. Yeah, or no, was it overtime?
I don't remember. It was a college
when
game.
He was,
they were playing
when
3
he
on
was
5.
in college because he was a one and done.
Maybe
but
been like a COVID year or something.
I think it was one of those Thanksgiving tournaments, or maybe it was a Christmas tournament. I can't remember, but they were playing Minnesota and like the whole team fouled out, and there were 3 players left, and he was one of them. He took over.
I'm going to give you a preview of something here, Tyler.
All right.
January 11th, when we're playing this basketball game, you're going to get a video from me. Me and my wife.
I got an idea. We couldn't do it for football this year. I don't know if I should say this on air because people might get excited. What if we somehow come here in the gym if you don't have a game that night, and we do a live stream of us all watching that game?
January 11th?
I'm down.
What
You got
day
a
of the
game?
week's that on?
I think it's... If the first was on a Wednesday...
I was
then the
texting
8th
Robert.
would
He
be-
said
Is that a Saturday?
if we're gonna do an shop show.
Yeah.
Saturday.
He said to just give him a couple days.
We got a game that day.
Do you?
That's West Greene here, I think. January 11th. What time's the game?
Let's look on Max Preps.
I'll be playing little kids too that day. I'd say for a while.
The 11th. West Greene here at home. Shoot.
It's a good thought. Well, I mean,
It's
I
a good
wonder what
thought.
time the Texas-Tennessee game is.
Give me uno momento.
You know what? I can have it hooked up on the TV in the cafeteria.
6 o'clock. No way.
No chance. It's
No
all right.
way.
All right, I can preview the ladies' class.
It's here, right?
Yes.
If I don't have to work, I'll come in here and watch the end of it with you.
We got 5 minutes until I'm supposed to hit the hardwood with the Lady Huskies. We play Knox Catholic. They're real good. We got our work cut out for us. We're going to do our absolute best. They've got a really strong and really good guard. I've not seen her hit a shot outside of 3 feet yet.
Is this tomorrow you play, Coach?
Nah, it's Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. So, and they also have a really good point guard and a sharpshooter. So, I mean, like 3 killers. Defensively, we can be pretty good if there's 1 or 2 killers. That third one is the one where we start to have trouble. But we're just going to have to. I mean, I think overall they're way bigger than we are at each position, except one. I think we do have an advantage with Hannah. She's probably taller and stronger than any of their post players, but everywhere else it looks like they're a lot older than we are, just a lot bigger and stronger. So they'll apply a lot of pressure. So we got to value the ball, take good care of it. I think if we can limit turnovers, we can stay in the game. Coach will know what all this means. They run kind of like a flow offense, but they slip a lot of those screens, and it's way faster than the way I run it. I mean, they're zipping around there.
Like you watch them Dayton in college, they do it.
So, and they started out of a horn set. So if they go ball side, they're going to roll right into it, and then they also do some pick and pop stuff with those horns players up on the top for a really good shooter. And I mean they'll 2-3 zone you, but they'll extend it, run around and trap you. They'll even come into the back court and put a lot of pressure on you. So, I mean, we got our work cut out for us. We're going to have to play a complete game, one where we stay focused, take care of the ball, and make sure we pay attention, know their personnel. And after that, I don't even want to think about it.
Pardon me for asking. I should know. Are you on the same bracket with Marist?
I have no clue.
I didn't know.
The bracket's inside my notebook there. I've got a map.
I think David Crockett would play them second. I think that's the word on the street. If Crockett won, they'd play that Marist school, I think.
Yeah, I knew that.
So
Because Crockett's that playing game with.
Then no, that's on the other side of the
If
bracket.
you just check the road to the championship, you'll find where coaches play. So just stay on the winner.
I said this a few years ago. The next interview, that needs to be a Ladies Classic trophy.
If we win it?
Yeah.
We know Boots and them real good. We can probably call and get it.
That'd be good. Okay.
I want to cut that part out.
All right. Well, that was my preview.
You don't have a preview. It's a long time till you play
I'm
again.
previewing.
What's today?
I'm just hanging out.
23.
He don't play till January 3rd.
11 days.
We'll forget everything we learned. Be good.
EDawg, you excited for the Ladies Classic this year?
I am. I'm ready to get it rolling.
Ready to watch some good basketball outside of yourself?
What about them? You was not telling any lies about the nachos. It was good.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you that. You tried the Big H barbecue?
It was good.
Did you enjoy your trip to the Big H Classic?
I mean,
2-1.
2-1. So yeah, and then they had good food.
Third place.
I like that potato salad. Pretty good. You don't like potato salad?
I like potato salad. I didn't
was
try
good.
it though. I saw they had banana pudding there too.
I didn't get.
Oh, Derek Dyer was destroying that the other night. I saw.
Didn't get none of that. But,
Happy holidays. We're going to finish with a Christmas song, guys. All 4 of us, quartet.
We wish you a
Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring.
Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, Team BBT, whatever you want to refer to it as.
Gotta go.
Presented by Starnes Barber. That means the Lady Huskies have practice, so we'll let them go. Thank you all for watching this week's edition. We look forward to seeing you all next week. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.